Hey everyone, thanks for watching here on YouTube. If you're liking the show and you're liking the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. It really helps us out. Or if you're really liking it, go check us out at patreon.com/commandersbrew and help make the show yourself. Get access to the Discord and all the perks that our lovely patrons get. But without further ado, let's get to this week's deck tech.
Ooh, Andy, I was having fun with this one. I wanted to brew up a deck with gigantic creatures. I've been on a creature kick recently.
Okay.
And these ones, that my intention was creatures that are undercosted for their size because they have a star in their power and it scales with commander, or just creatures that keep growing as the game goes on, that sort of stuff. And what better color set than the Naya colors, red, white, and green? And what better commander for this than Samut, Voice of Dissent, giving everyone, like, haste is great, and Samut herself has haste, so I can flash her in, and the next giant thing that I cast will have haste. I'll be attacking people unexpectedly into boards that are not as closed as opponents want them to be, and then I'm also going to be able to win by maybe flinging them at opponents and just directly doing 40 damage, hopefully.
Fling being an instant speed spell being so key to all of this too.
So key. Yeah.
So key.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, well, that's the setup. Let's take a look at these neat moves.
Working on a
Neat. Okay, one of the neatest moves comes from War of the Spark, a brand new planeswalker in Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. This is basically, she's here for the enchantment effect. You may cast creature spells as though they had flash. That, in combination with Samut giving everything haste, this is a powerful combination. We're going to be able to play most of our turn at the end of other people's turns. It's also sort of a way to get pseudo haste in case for some reason we can't get access to Samut, because we'll just cast them at our opponent's end steps. We can also give someone vigilance and reach, which when you're attacking with creatures that are in the 10s and 20s power toughness, giving it vigilance and reach is incredible for just getting through boards.
Yeah, absolutely. And another card that these color combinations are going to be looking for, and I think is going to become a brand new staple, is Rhythm of the Wild. You're going to be playing this in all your green-red creature decks. There's no question, because it stops creatures from being countered, and enough about pseudo haste. It gives real haste with the riot ability. So very, very strong. You need to have it these days.
Oh, yeah. And one thing that I just realized I did not put in the show notes, that riot, being able to get a +1/+1 counter, I do run just an incidental Evolution Sage, which is the new creature that gives you landfall proliferate. Because most of our creatures have +1/+1 counters on them. That's the way a lot of them work. So if we're able to like ride them out with a counter and already have Samut's haste, great. Then that's just fantastic as well. That's just a little bonus include. So there's some creatures I refer to as sneaky power and toughness, or at least power with a star there. Whenever a card has a star for their power or toughness, that star is not 0. That star is whatever it is. So, like, if the star, so you have to count while it's in your hand, while it's in your graveyard. If anything refers to power of a card in your hand, it has power. You just have to calculate it. So, for example, Wilderness Elemental, star 3, so the star is equal to the number of non-basic lands your opponents control. In a 4-player commander game, that's got to be like 10 or 15. So we're flinging a 15 power creature. Palamud, same deal. Star 3 equal to the number of tapped lands target player controls. So we have to pick our opponent upon casting it, and then we're just watching their lands tap and untap. So I don't know what the right theory is. Do you want to pick the person right before you so you know what Palamud is and it only gets bigger? Or do you pick the person after you so that it's like gonna stay that way the longest? I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. I thought it was the one before, but now the one after seems better. I don't know. Either way, though, you're going to be able to make kind of a little deal with whoever you pick, just because they will be safe in knowing that Palamud's probably not going to attack them for a while, because you want the power from Palamud, so you don't want that opponent to be gone, obviously.
Yeah.
Another cool and neat move here is Malignus, who's an all-star in these types of decks where we want to be flinging creatures or just, getting in with big guys, because Malignus is one of the biggest, depending on what's been happening in the game, obviously. He's as big as the half the highest life total among your opponents rounded up. Very important to know all that kind of stuff, because if we're early in the game, this guy's going to be 20 power and toughness, and if you can get it to there or even higher, you'll want to pair that up with a Chandra's Ignition, because that will make the target creature you control deal damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. Very key in bringing life totals down, which makes your flings even better.
By definition, this is like a better combination to get a Heartless Hitotsugu kind of effect. Instead of each player losing half their life, each player loses half of the greatest life total life, so which could kill people.
That's right.
I want to highlight Feldon of the Third Path. Being able to bring up giant creatures from the graveyard at instant speed, then it has haste, so we can attack with it. We can also fling it if we need to. That's why I said those stars count while they're in the graveyard. Not that Feldon cares, but when they pop back out, like we can pop out a Palamute if we have an opportunity to be like, ooh, it's going to have 15 power right now. Cool. It's out and it's flung.
It's flung. Do you want to do the other two there?
Oh, sure. So, here's a great line with Feldon. I want to bring back Ulvenwald Hydra from the graveyard after I've already flung it. It's as big as the number of lands we have. It tutors up a land of any kind, not just a basic. And, if I don't have a fling accessible, maybe I'll grab the reins. We're paying a ton more for this effect with Grab the Reins, but we can entwine it. So, there are maybe times when an opponent is also working on a 30 power creature. If that's the case, great, I'll entwine this. I'll steal your 30 power creature. I will fling it at your very face. Or wouldn't it be that so insulting to take your biggest creature and kill another player with it and leave you with nothing and then just kill you a different way? That's got to be the ultimate insult.
That's pretty bad. We're talking about flings a lot, but there's actually some on-board flings we can get out of some creatures. One of them being Brian Stoutarm, and the other being Bloodshot Cyclops. They basically do the same thing. The better version is Brian. He's the Boros one that also has lifelink, and you just pay a 1 red. But the Bloodshot Cyclops does let you just simply tap to get the fling ability, dealing the X damage for the power to someone. So having these two on board make them repeatable, which means you can take out, one opponent and then move on to the next one while still maintaining the ability to do it. And
I want to remind you that our commander gives your whole team haste, so we can drop one of these sight unseen and start activating it right away. Like our opponents don't have to see these coming with Samut.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that you can get haste and cast these guys with flash.
Yes.
Because of Vivian, right?
Yes.
So if you're doing that, then Brian Stoutarm and Bloodshot Cyclops essentially just become expensive flings themselves that are repeatable.
Yeah, on wicked bodies. Yeah,
on instant speed. Yeah.
Okay, so Andy, I want to run a couple of risky flings by you. Okay,
let's see some risky flings.
Imagine this: I've got Evra Halcyon Witness, and then I trade my life total with Evra. So now I've got 4 life. Risky, but I'm probably flinging a 20 power creature, maybe 30 power. Maybe if I've done some Brian and Serum stuff with the lifelink, maybe if you have Brian plus Evra is a sick combo, because I will get that life right back. So I'll be back at 4 higher. So no problem there. But if you don't, it's a fun finisher in case you don't have it.
Pretty good.
And here's another risky one. Okay, you're my opponent. Imagine the scenario. Okay, imagine you're my opponent. And let's say you've got 20 life, just for easy math. And you see that I have a Brian Stoutarm. So if I can get a creature to 20 power, you will die, right? Mm-hmm. So I cast a Molten Steel Dragon, and I say, okay, I'm going to pay 2 life to give it +1/+1. Oh, do you want to respond?
No.
No? Okay, so now it's a 5/4. I'm going to do it again. Do you want to respond now?
No.
Okay, so now I'm going to shortcut this, but you can treat this like I'm going to pay 2 at a time, ask you if you're going to respond, and as long as you keep saying no, I'm going to keep doing that until I get its power up to 20.
And if I wait too long, you're just going to fling it.
Yes, if you let me get it to 20 power, I will fling it and kill you. So you can't do that.
No, you know what? I should stop it right now. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to stop it right now.
So it's at 6?
So I'm going to cast my I was going to say Doomblade, but I can't because it's an artifact.
Right.
I'm going to cast Murder and kill it.
Sure, you can have some murder. So murder's on the stack. Now I'm going to pay 2 life and try to make it a 7/4.
Oh, no, you can just keep doing it. Oh, no.
Yes, you can't stop this if you have the life. Like, wherever they line up their, unless they have multiple removal spells, you're going to get this big enough and you're going to kill them with it.
So I should have let you do it a few more times, and then would have taken the life down. But yeah, so you don't know any of that going into it. So
Yeah,
I love that this game of chicken exists with Molten Steel Dragon.
The
It's fun.
only way out I see is if you have a way to do the remaining damage to me directly
Yeah.
and wait until I put Fling on the stack and then kill me
Yeah.
with more life.
Yeah, you got to be careful doing this with another red player out there because they
Yeah.
might just have the damage to do it to you.
Yeah.
Oh man! And finally, we've got a couple of creatures that work really well with Samut and all of her sort of static abilities. First is Audric Lunarch Marshal, obviously a favorite of the show here. Yes. Audric going to be granting all of our creatures the various effects that the evergreen effects that he does. So first strike, I believe. So Samut comes out with what? Double strike.
Those like vigilance and haste.
Haste. So obviously haste is unnecessary because Samut grants it. So if you already have her, that's fine. But the other things are really good. And there's a couple other ones in. Trample might pop up every now and again. Reach is going to pop up.
I mean, if you got Brian Stoutarm, lifelinks up there.
Lifelink, exactly. So Audric is an all-star in that respect. And then we've got Majestic Myriarch, which is kind of the inverted version in that if whatever your creatures have, they will give to the Myriarch as opposed to Audric handing them out to everyone else. And it's a star for the twice the number of creatures you control. So just with 5 creatures, Majestic Myriarch's a 10/10, and sometimes it can have flying, trample, double strike, whatever it is, right? Majestic Myriarch is going to look great next to a Samut.
Very good, very good. I mean, that's essentially the deck. We're hoping to sneak out these big creatures and keep everyone on their toes, like not knowing what to expect. We could really affect the board in a great way.
What about any surprise or discoveries here before we close it out?
Definitely. I want to highlight Word of Seizing. The fact that it has split second and it affects any target permanent. This deck can leave mana open, right? We're leaving mana open because of Samut. Maybe we got Vivian going on. So it's not that unreasonable to leave the mana open. And man, we're in a world, there are more and more planeswalkers all the time in our format. Being able to nab one who's on its ultimate and then just taking that ultimate is a dream with this. But even if we can, it is still in our best interest to just nab a big creature and fling it or Brian Stoutarm it or something like that. It still works on that regard. But, even if there's an artifact, something like that, there's a lot of key uses that make this card very good in a lot of situations.
Split second is a very key commander ability as well. And also just the fact that it's instant speed is really great.
Yeah.
Makes it better than your average threaten effect.
Oh yeah, because the average threaten effect is at sorcery. You can take one of their already attacking creatures and defend it against a different one of their attacking creatures.
Yeah. All right, let's skip over right to the budget report right now.
Ooh, beep, 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 beep. This deck is it's fun. We're gonna fling your money and we'll see where it lands.
Fling your money at the stack.
$86 of it lands on the deck, which is a fairly budget deck by Commander terms. It's under $100. And in fact, the 3 most expensive cards, it makes me sad when the 3 most expensive cards are kind of Commander staples. I mean, I guess it's good that the deck is fun without them, but Skull Clamp, $5. Solemn Simulacrum, $5. Sword of the Animist, just under $5. Are we at Subway talking about deal subs? No. This is just the cards that are staples. It kind of bugs me that, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know why that's... I mean, if they're staples, they're going to cost more. I guess I just feel like staples, like running water, like education, those things should be free. There's something... Every Commander deck has a right to ramp. Every Commander deck has a right to card draw.
What an interesting take. Because some people $5 isn't that much, but obviously if you're looking to keep things pretty cheap, you're gonna have to budget out how many of these $5 cards you're gonna be able to include in the deck.
Yeah.
What about your favorite cards though?
Oh, my favorite card is Increasing Vengeance, and that's for the ultimate achievement for this deck to me would be to have Increasing Vengeance in your graveyard, flashing it back on a fling, with a creature big enough to kill the whole table in one shot. That is the ultimate one shot in here. It is achievable. We didn't talk about it, but Hamlet Bat Goliath gets real big real quick.
Real big.
So,
Very big in this deck especially.
That might be a way to do it. I don't know. I think it's possible.
Or you could even just make it really big with a Dragon Throne of Tarkir, my favorite card.
Oh, Andy, this is a genius pick. I didn't even realize how awesome this card was until you sort of fine-tuned it.
Yeah, well, we started talking about it, and it turns out Samut gets to let whatever is equipped by the Dragon Throne do it twice, because with the untapping ability, so we can, you put a Malignus in there, and you're making everything +20/+20 in trample, and then untap it, do it again.
And now it gets +40/+40. And the fact that Samut has Vigilance means you can declare her as an attacker, then untap the Dragon Throne person and still be attacking.
And the dragon, and whoever you put in the Dragon Throne, you can have cast that turn because they have haste.
Yeah.
It's such great synergy, right? And even if you're just attacking with it, it's great. But you can also, if for some reason something's stopping you from attacking or whatever, just building up that amount of power for the Fling alone is great also. So
yeah, man.
This works on every angle we wanted to. Love Dragon Throne.
And we're gonna, like the flavor text, we're gonna turn our opponents into a seat.
Yeah, you will be you're now a chair.
We reduced you to a seat. Get out. You're dead. You're now just a chair.
Have a seat. No. Become a seat.
Oh, man. This deck's fun. I mean,
lots of fun. Yeah.
I say this every time, but I want to play all the decks we brew because they're fun.
Always. Well, if you want to, you can make this deck. Check it out. The deck list is posted on tappedout.net. And bring it to wherever we are and play against us. Why not?
Yeah.
That's fun, too. That'll work as well.
Oh, what an honor to be flung to death by a deck of our own creation.
By your own deck, yeah. I love when we are at GPs and we play against people who are playing the decks we built. It's really neat.
There's nothing more flattering.
Nothing more flattering. Okay, well, you know what? That was a great episode. Lots of fun. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see everyone next time.
Bye.
Go watch Battle of the Brews.
Yes.
Bye.
Big thanks to all our patrons who make these episodes possible.
Yeah, and if you want to check out more comedy videos, check out our Brews News playlist.
Make sure you follow us on Twitch TV to see when we play live.
If you want to chat with us, head over to Twitter. We're at Commanders Brew.
And please hit subscribe to ding the bell and find out when we got new stuff coming out.
See you next time.
Bye.